Challenges are an unavoidable part of any journey, no matter what path you take in life. Whether it's building a career, starting a business, pursuing a passion, or even working on personal growth, you will face obstacles. There will be times when nothing seems to go right, when you feel like the effort you're putting in isn't paying off, and when you start questioning whether it's even worth continuing. It is in these moments that most people quit. So people quit. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who make it to the top understand that challenges are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. Think about anyone you admire, whether it's an athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist, or a leader. None of them reach their level of success without facing difficulties. Every great achievement comes with struggles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. It's easy to look at successful people and only see their victories. But what we often don't see is the number of times they failed, the nights they spent doubting themselves, or the moments when they were on the verge of giving up. The truth is, the path to success is never smooth. If it were, everyone would achieve their dreams effortlessly. Obstacles test your commitment. They force you to reflect on how badly you want something. If you're quick to quit when things get tough, then perhaps your goal wasn't as important to you as you thought. But if you push through those tough times, you will come out stronger. The process of overcoming challenges is what builds resilience, mental strength, and character. Every difficulty you face is shaping you into the person you need to become to handle the success that's waiting for you. The most dangerous mindset is expecting everything to be easy. Many people start with excitement, fueled by motivation, but when they hit their first real challenge, they hesitate. No. They start doubting their abilities. They wonder if they made the right choice. And eventually, they convince themselves that quitting is the best option. But here's the reality. Challenges are not a sign that you should quit. They are proof that you are making progress. Every obstacle you face means you are moving forward. Instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to stop, see them as signs that you are growing. The harder the journey, the more rewarding the destination. If you can learn to embrace challenges rather than run from them, you will start seeing setbacks as lessons rather than failures. Every time you overcome a challenge, you gain new knowledge, new skills, and a new level of confidence. Many people quit because they compare their struggles to someone else's success. They see others excelling while they are still struggling, and they assume they must be doing something wrong. But what they don't realize is that the person they admire also went through tough times. They just didn't quit. No two journeys are the same, and no one's success story is free from hardships. You have to trust the process. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and success isn't instant. It takes time, effort, and persistence. Challenges are not meant to stop you. They are meant to prepare you for the next level. If you quit every time things get tough, you will never know what you are truly capable of. The next time you feel like quitting, remind yourself that what you are facing is temporary. The struggle you are going through today is shaping you for a better tomorrow. Keep pushing, keep learning, and keep moving forward. When we start something new, whether it's a career, a passion project, or a personal goal, we are often filled with excitement. The motivation is high, the possibilities seem endless, and we feel unstoppable. But as time passes, that initial excitement begins to fade. Challenges arise, slows down, and doubts start creeping in. It's during these moments that many people start thinking about quitting. They convince themselves that maybe they weren't meant for this, that maybe it's just too hard, and that maybe they should settle for something easier. But here's the truth. Nothing worth achieving comes without struggle. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are because things were easy for them. They got there because they refused to quit. The journey to success is never a straight line. It's filled with ups and downs, moments of progress followed by setbacks. and periods of clarity followed by confusion. There will be times when you feel stuck, when you feel like you're putting in so much effort, but seeing little results. It's frustrating, and it can make you question whether all of this is even worth it. But this is exactly when you need to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Go back to that moment when you made the decision to pursue this path. What was your reason? What was your reason? What was the vision that excited you? What was the dream that made you take that first step? Your why is your most powerful tool. It is the reason that will keep you going when everything else tells you to stop. The stronger your reason, the stronger your determination will be. If your reason for starting was weak, you will quit at the first sign of difficulty. But if your reason is deep and meaningful, if it truly matters to you, then no challenge will be big enough to make you walk away. That's why it's so important to have clarity about why you are doing what you are doing. There will always be people who will doubt you. Some will tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. Others will say that you're wasting your time. And sometimes the loudest voice of doubt will come from within. Your own mind will start questioning whether you are good enough, whether you have what it takes. But here's what you need to understand. Doubt is normal. Everyone experiences it. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is that successful people don't let doubt control their actions. They feel the fear, they acknowledge the struggle, but they keep moving forward anyway. Success is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about waking up every day and making the decision to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. It's about pushing through even when you don't feel like it, even when the progress is slow, and even when you're tired of waiting for results. The truth is, the most successful people are not always the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. The road ahead will not always be easy. There will be sacrifices. There will be moments of exhaustion, frustration, and even failure. But if you quit now, all the effort you've already put in will be wasted. You will never know how close you were to success if you stop halfway. Every great achievement you see around you was built by people who faced difficulties but chose to keep going. When you feel like quitting, take a step back and remember why you started. Remind yourself of your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. Think about how far you have already come and how much you have already overcome. The challenges you face today will be the stories of resilience you tell in the future. Keep moving forward, because success is waiting for those who refuse to give up. There will always be moments in life when everything seems to be working against you. No matter how much effort you put in, progress feels slow. Obstacles seem endless, and self-doubt starts creeping in. In these moments, it's natural to feel exhausted and question whether continuing is even worth it. But before you even consider giving up, remind yourself of one important truth. Growth happens in discomfort. Every challenge, every setback, and every failure is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. The path to success is not meant to be easy. If it were, everyone would achieve their dreams effortlessly, but that's not how life works. Anything worth achieving requires resilience, determination, then the ability to push through even when things get tough. The struggles you are facing right now are not signs that you should quit. They are tests to see how much you truly want what you are working for. If you walk away now, you'll never know what was waiting for you on the other side of perseverance. Think about the people you admire. Whether they are successful entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders, none of them reach their goals without facing hardships. They all had moments of doubt, failures that set them back, and challenges that made them question everything. But what sets them apart from those who gave up is that they refused to let failure define them. They learned from their mistakes, adjusted their strategies, and kept moving forward. They understood that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. One of the biggest reasons people quit is because they expect immediate results. In today's world, instant gratification is everywhere. We have become impatient. We start a new project, a business, or a fitness journey, and when we don't see results right away, we lose motivation. But success is not an overnight event. It's a slow, gradual process that requires consistent effort. The small steps you take each day may not seem like they are making a difference, but over time, they build up and lead to significant progress. Instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, take a moment to acknowledge how far you have already come. Look at the progress you have made, no matter how small it may seem. Every step forward is proof that you are capable of achieving your goals. You have already overcome challenges that once seemed impossible, and you are stronger because of it. Trust that your hard work will pay off, even if you can't see the results yet. Another important thing to remember is that comparison is the enemy of progress. It's easy to look at others who seem to be achieving success faster and feel discouraged. But everyone's journey is different. Just because someone else reached their goals before you doesn't mean you are failing. Your timeline is unique to you, and the only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. The only way to truly fail is to quit. When the thought of quitting enters your mind, remind yourself of why you started. What was the reason you began this journey in the first place? What was the dream that made you take the first step? Reconnect with that purpose and use it as fuel to keep going. Challenges will come, but they are not meant to stop you. They are meant to build you. Every great success story is filled with moments of struggle, self-doubt, and failure. But the people who make it through are the ones who choose to keep going. You have already put in so much effort. Don't let temporary difficulties make you give up on something that could change your life. Keep pushing forward, and one day you will look back and be grateful that you didn't quit. There comes a time in every journey when self-doubt begins to creep in. It's that moment when exhaustion takes over, progress seems invisible, and the road ahead looks overwhelming. You start questioning whether all the effort is worth it, whether you are capable of reaching the destination you set out for, and whether quitting might be the easier option. In those moments, your mind plays tricks on you, convincing you that giving up is the logical choice. But before you allow those thoughts to take control, remind yourself that the struggle is temporary, but the regret of quitting lasts far longer. Success is built on the foundation of perseverance. If you look at any successful person, you will notice one common trait: resilience. They weren't necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They were the ones who refused to quit. They faced obstacles just like everyone else, but instead of seeing them as signs to stop, they viewed them as opportunities to grow. Every difficulty became a lesson, every failure a stepping stone, and every setback a challenge to overcome. The ability to keep going despite hardships is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. One of the biggest reasons people quit is because they focus too much on the difficulties of the present moment rather than the possibilities of the future. When you are in the middle of the struggle, it's easy to get discouraged. You feel like you are putting in so much effort, but not seeing the results you expected. But growth is often invisible in the beginning. Just because you don't see instant results doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. The most significant progress happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. The tree that stands tall today was once just a tiny seed underground, fighting to push through the soil. If it had stopped growing just because progress wasn't visible, it would have never reached the sky. Many people quit just before they are about to see a breakthrough. They walk away from their dreams because they don't realize how close they are. Think about the stories of people who persisted despite failure. Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling, who faced multiple rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Walt Disney, who was told he lacked creativity before creating an empire. The common thread in all these stories is that they didn't let failure define them. They kept pushing forward, even when it felt like the world was against them. Imagine if they had quit. The world would have missed out on their brilliance, and they would have never experienced the success they worked so hard for. One of the most powerful things you can do when you feel like quitting is to take a step back and remind yourself why you started. What was the reason that made you begin this journey? What was the dream that kept you awake at night, filling you with excitement? Reconnecting with that purpose reignites the fire within you. Your why is the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when everything around you suggests stopping. When you truly understand why you are doing something, quitting no longer feels like an option. It's also important to surround yourself with the right people. When you are struggling, the voices around you matter. Some people will tell you to quit, saying that your dreams are unrealistic or that you are wasting your time. But others will remind you of your strength, encourage you to keep pushing, and help you see the progress you may not notice yourself. The company you keep influences your mindset. Choose to surround yourself with people who uplift you, who remind you of your capabilities, and who believe in you even when you struggle to believe in yourself. Lastly, remember that the hardest moments are the ones that build character. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you are tested, challenged, and pushed to your limits. Every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. The version of you that started this journey is not the same as the version that will reach the finish line. Every hardship, every challenge, and every struggle is shaping you into the person who is capable of handling the success you are working towards. So, when the thought of quitting crosses your mind, take a deep breath and remind yourself that you are stronger than your struggles. The road may be difficult, but every step you take brings you closer to the life you have been working for. Keep going, because your future self will thank you for not giving up. There will be moments in life when everything seems to be working against you. No matter how much effort you put in, progress may feel slow or even non-existent. The challenges pile up, and you start questioning if it's even worth it to keep going. The temptation to quit becomes stronger, and the idea of giving up starts to seem like a reasonable option. But before you allow yourself to walk away from your dreams, take a moment to reflect on something important. Growth often happens in the most difficult moments. The struggles you face are not there to stop you. They are there to strengthen you. And think about a time when you faced a difficult situation and felt like you couldn't make it through. Maybe it was a tough exam, a failed business attempt, a lost opportunity, or a personal setback that made you feel like everything was falling apart. Pride. In that moment, you might have thought that quitting was the only way out. But if you look back now, you'll realize that those experiences shaped you. They made you more resilient, more knowledgeable, and more prepared for the next challenge. Every setback you have faced in life has contributed to the person you are today. What seemed impossible before is now just another lesson in your journey. Life has a way of testing those who dare to dream. The universe doesn't just hand out success to anyone who asks for it. Instead, challenges you, asking if you are truly willing to fight for what you want. Every obstacle is a way of seeing how badly you want your goals. Those who quit at the first sign of struggle never get to experience the rewards that come from perseverance. But those who refuse to back down, who keep pushing forward despite the difficulties, are the ones who achieve greatness. One of the biggest reasons people quit is because they expect immediate results. We live in a world of instant gratification, where everything is available at the click of a button. But real success doesn't work that way. It takes time, patience, and persistence. The most successful people in the world did not achieve their dreams overnight. They put in years of effort, faced countless failures, and kept going when everything seemed to be falling apart. They understood that every small step, even if it seemed insignificant at the time, was bringing them closer to their ultimate goal. Instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, remind yourself of how far you've already come. Often, we are so focused on the destination that we forget to appreciate the progress we've made. The struggles you've faced, the lessons you've learned, and the growth you've experienced are all proof of how capable you are. Every challenge you have overcome is evidence that you have the strength to keep going. When you feel like quitting, look back at all the times you didn't give up. Let those moments remind you that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Surrounding yourself with the right mindset and environment is crucial in difficult times. When you are struggling, negative thoughts will try to convince you that giving up is the best option. But those thoughts are just temporary emotions, not the truth. Instead of listening to self-doubt, focus on reinforcing positive beliefs. Remind yourself why you started in the first place. Reconnect with the purpose that pushed you to begin this journey. When your why is strong enough, no challenge will be powerful enough to make you quit. Additionally, having the right people around you can make all the difference. When you feel weak, the encouragement of others can give you the strength to continue. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who remind you of your potential, and who refuse to let you give up on yourself. Avoid those who bring negativity and doubt into your life. The energy you allow around you influences your mindset, and your mindset determines your actions. Most importantly, understand that the feeling of wanting to quit is normal. Every successful person has experienced it at some point in their journey. But what sets them apart is their decision to push through despite those feelings. They don't allow temporary emotions to dictate their long-term success. Instead, they take control of their thoughts, refocus their energy, and keep moving forward. No matter how tough things get, remember that quitting is not the solution. The struggle you are facing today will one day be the reason for your success. Keep going, because the best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of perseverance. There will always be moments in life when the journey feels overwhelming. You may find yourself exhausted, frustrated, and questioning whether the effort is even worth it. The temptation to quit will whisper in your mind, telling you that walking away would be easier than enduring the struggle. But before you give in to those thoughts, take a step back and remind yourself why you started in the first place. What was the dream, the goal, the passion that ignited this journey? What made you take that first step even when you knew the road wouldn't be easy? But the answer to these questions holds the key to pushing forward. It's natural to feel discouraged when progress seems slow or when obstacles keep appearing one after another. But the truth is, no great success story is written without moments of hardship. Every person who has ever achieved something significant has faced challenges that made them question everything. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, intelligence, or luck, it's persistence. It's the ability to keep moving forward, even when every part of you wants to stop. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have built something extraordinary in their lives. They didn't reach success because everything was easy for them. They reached success because they refused to give up when things got hard. They endured the failures, the setbacks, the rejections, and the doubts. They reminded themselves of why they started, and they kept going, even when it felt impossible. One of the biggest challenges we face in moments of doubt is the feeling that our efforts are meaningless. When you've been working towards something for a long time, without seeing the results you expected, it's easy to believe that all your hard work has been for nothing. But success doesn't come from sudden breakthroughs. It comes from consistent effort over time. The small, seemingly insignificant steps you take every day are building the foundation for something greater. You may not see the full picture yet, but that doesn't mean your efforts aren't making an impact. Many times, people quit just before they are about to break through. They walk away, not realizing that they were only a few steps away from achieving what they had worked so hard for. The journey is often darkest just before the dawn, and it's in those moments of doubt that you must hold on the tightest. Your ability to persist when things are tough is what will set you apart from those who let go too soon. Another powerful tool to keep yourself motivated is to visualize your future self. Imagine yourself years from now, looking back on this moment. If you quit now, how will you feel? Will you regret not pushing through? Will you wonder what could have been if you had just held on a little longer? Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine yourself overcoming this challenge, staying committed, and reaching your goal. Picture the sense of pride and fulfillment you will feel, knowing that you didn't let the struggle break you. That future version of yourself is worth fighting for. Your mindset is one of the most powerful influences on your ability to keep going. When you focus on the obstacles, they will seem larger than they are. But when you focus on your purpose, your motivation will outweigh the difficulties. Instead of dwelling on what's going wrong, remind yourself of what you're working towards. Shift your focus from the struggle to the possibilities, from the setbacks to the lessons, from the exhaustion to the progress. Surround yourself with the right influences, the people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the environment you create for yourself all play a significant role in your mindset. Choose to be around those who inspire you, who push you to be better, and who remind you of your potential. Eliminate negativity where you can, and replace it with encouragement, knowledge, and support. Ultimately, resilience isn't about never feeling like quitting. It's about deciding to keep going anyway. The challenges won't disappear, and the road ahead will still have difficulties. But with every obstacle you overcome, you will become stronger. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So, when you feel like quitting, remind yourself of why you started. Hold on to your purpose, trust your journey, and keep moving forward. Because the greatest rewards in life come to those who refuse to give up.